Shalom, Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach them real well, and say taste to all the Akim and all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. I want to get into this little article I found, and it's talking about, it says Russia's most hidden crime in Ukraine, war, rape of women, girls, men, and boys, man. And this is something that's gonna, whenever there's war, you're gonna have to deal with these type of situations. Men will rape the women, the boys, and the girls, man. There's open season on them, man. You got bullets flying at you. You're away from home. These men are losing it. They're just going for whatever they see as weakness, and a woman is weak. Let me read some of this article. She says, a woman who gave her name only as S sits in a chair in her home in Merv, Ukraine, a town that had been under Russian occupation. She says a Russian soldier taunted her after the neighbor was raped and killed. And these are the things that are going to come to here to America. A lot of the Americans love to say, oh, I don't care. As long as it's not happening to me, I don't care. That's the American attitude. That's the American passive way of handling business and doing things, man. As long as it's not in their face, But I'm gonna read some of this, and the reason I say that, I'm gonna read some of this because you're gonna see that people are just taking everything as a joke, I've seen pictures over on one side of Ukraine, or they're at the beaches and everything partying, or the other side of the country, they're trying to survive. It's a war going on, So, their lifestyle is getting ready to be drastically changed, man. Their every day of life is changing right before their very eyes out there, man. Let me read some more of this article. The Russian soldier taunted her. Your friend, he sneered, is lying on the floor, raped and naked and dead. A Ukrainian writer and government worker in her early 60s, froze at his words. Her neighbor, Tana, a bold, dark-haired 37-year-old widow, had quickly attracted the attention of Russian soldiers who, within the days of the February 24th invasion, captured and occupied the small town of Mariupol, about 30 miles west of the capital, Kiev. This lady was who's writing and talking about this story. She was in her early 60s. So once again, she was probably spared, man. They probably seen younger girls in the town that they were going to go rape, and that's just what it is, man. These are the tragedies, these are the things that happen during war, man. Wicked things, all sorts of crazy acts happen during war. But at the end of the day, Ukraine was once a part of the USSR muscle machine they had. So back in the 80s and 90s, before the 2000s came, USSR was a stronghold. It still is, with Russia being the head of it, but USSR had all those different countries around to help contribute to the power and the muscle it had, and Ukraine was one of them. And now Ukraine has broken off, and they're doing their own thing. When NATO came around, NATO allowed those other countries, such as Ukraine, I can name a few other countries that are around the area, and they put NATO put rockets and missiles and weaponry in these different countries, and they were all aiming them towards Moscow and Russia. So this was a sign of an act of war, so to speak, man. You can't just be loading. Imagine if China came to Mexico and put rockets down there, that type of situation. Even though they have it over in Cuba, Cuba has those Russian missiles over there. I don't know if they're still there, but it did happen. So, but those are looked upon, those are frowned upon. That's not a good thing, man, But at the end of the day, war is ugly. War is ugly, and it's coming, man. And like I say, Russia and Ukraine, they did business. They probably still do business, man, because you got to realize that Ukraine has a lot of natural resources there. Ukraine has gases. They have good land. They have something called topsoil. So the soil is real fertile. They have some of the best fertile soil in the world. And what else Ukraine has? Ukraine has a lot of vegetables and agriculture type things coming out of there, man. But At the end of the day, you know, war, you know, disrupts a lot of those things. And this is why I always, you know it's a war going on, but Russia hasn't went full-fledged war style in there yet. Russia could have decimated Ukraine by now if it wanted to, because, you know, and you can tell that Russia hasn't went full-fledged in there because Ukraine still has infrastructure. If Russia went full-fledged, there would be no more infrastructure. You get rid of your water system, they get rid of the food, they get rid of all that stuff, man, you know. But Russia's just going in and hitting strategic spots, you know. And that's just how, you know, because they're friends, they're neighbors, you know, they're family members at the end of the day, man, you know. That's their brothers right next door. They vacation with each other and stuff like that. You know, they just separated during this war. A lot of those different cities and towns on those border towns in Ukraine and Russia and stuff like that. You know, but yeah, Slovakia. But yeah, a lot of those towns were border towns, and you know, like I said, they were friends and you know shared different things, and that's just the way it is. But let me read some more of this article. He says, this young girl attracted to Russian soldiers. She would defy them, said S, still shaking and sorrowful as she described the harrowing event of 5 months earlier before a late winter chill gave way to spring, then high summer. She would tell them, "I'm not afraid of you." So she was taunting these soldiers that had invaded their place, you know. She was taunting these people, man. She was taunting the soldiers, man. Instead of being quiet and laying low, you know, like a woman should have been doing at a time like this, you know, when you're getting invaded by a stronger country, you know, you need to shut up and lay low. Let me bring this out. This Proverbs 27:12. A prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So she got punished, man. She got put to death for not being a prudent person and hiding herself, man, in a time of war. You know, a lot of these. I'm going to read more of the article. They're going to speak about. You know, a lot of them. The Russians gave them time to leave Ukraine. In certain towns in Ukraine, they gave them get on a bus and leave. You know, they gave them the opportunity, but a lot of them were too prideful. A lot of the people were too prideful and just wanted to stay and you know, just stay and for some odd reason and fight it out, I guess, or not even fight out, just struggle it out, I should say. You know, weeks would pass before the outside world learned of the horrors that occurred in the streets and basements and back gardens of some of these once tranquil suburbs and satellite towns, which were occupied for roughly a month before Russian forces in early April broke off a failed bid to seize the capital. So let's not forget this Russian occupation thing happened a few years back too as well, man. You know, and they broke off half of Ukraine, well, not half of Ukraine, sections of Ukraine broke off into its own independence annex type things going on. So this house was that house is divided, man. You know. This is Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places, man. So you know, at one point, like I said earlier, the Ukraine and Russia, they were doing business, they were friends, everything was okay. You know, now all of a sudden, you know, the Lord put that vision into Putin to go ahead and go ahead and press that offensive button and go ahead and invade, man. You know. So that was a nation. They were together at one point, man. USSR was a strong thing, man. You know, they were a strong muscle, man. USSR, when they went to the Olympics, they could pull basketball players and players from those different countries, man. You know, and some of those other countries can play for their own country too, as well. You know, but more so than anything, they would get money as far as the taxes, because that's what most of your countries want when they're invaded or when they're a powerhouse. They're gonna mostly over just money, financial gain, you know. Let me read some more of this. Townspeople were unable or unwilling to endure the first wave of what Western government and Ukrainian officials were later described as a systematic campaign of atrocities by Russian forces against civilians, torture, execution-style killings, and starvation and rape. Yes, these are all the things that happen when wars happen in countries, man. You know, And this is, these things are getting ready to come here to America very soon, man. That's why we're telling our people to prepare, man. Prepare for the times that we're coming into, man. Wake up out of that sleep that you're in, man. Because a lot of those Ukrainians, they're still taking it day by day. Like I said, a lot of the infrastructure is still in place, But now they want to tell the world about the rapes that are going on over there, man. Well, that's what happens in war, man. Rapes do happen, man. But at the end of the day, man, we have to put our faith in the Lord, man, because these days are getting to get dark and evil, man. The things that are happening in Ukraine are going to be coming to America very soon, man. They will be coming to America very soon, man. We already have foreign troops here, They were training a few years back. Who knows if they left, because our government plays games with us. We also have open borders for most of the world to come here. So we have a bunch of countries that we bombed, a bunch of the countries we went to war with. All the citizens are here. And they have some things called splinter cells, like they play like the civilians, and out there really soldiers here gathering information and doing backdoor deals and getting together and stuff like that, man. So it's getting to get real ugly out here, man. Let me bring this verse out. This is 2 Thessalonians 3:3. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil, man. So we're going to need the Lord to keep us from evil, keep and establish us and stay established in His truth, man. And continuously push this word, man. Because these days are getting very ugly out here, man. They thought it was a game. And like I said, I've seen pictures of these people at the beach and playing around and frolicking around in the water and everything. And here it is where the article said the townspeople were unable or unwilling to flee, but they want to endure the wave and the things that are coming. So now they're feeling, now they're getting ready to feel more and more Russian men who are over there. They're away from their families, away from their kids, and they want women too, man. With that being said, I just wanted to bring this out real fast. I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Makia.